I was talking about one of my videos that I just did about just being aware of your surrounding. This is OV Transport Guy, by the way. So, one of the things that I was saying, just being cautious about who you let in your vehicle, just being aware of the surroundings. And you guys are just going to kind of see real quick the person that's coming. I can, let you guys see kind of how I operate. If it's possible, they should be here within a few minutes, hopefully. But yeah, basically at the end of the day, you got to watch yourself. You got to take care of yourself out here. Remember, you're out on the street. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's true that you want to treat everybody, decent human beings, professionally. But you don't want to overlap or overskip self-preservation. You know what I'm saying? And some people try to look at self-preservation as a bad thing. And it's not at all. It actually is very wise to, know your surroundings and kind of know your surroundings, your areas. Life and death will depend on it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm looking around too. I'm not, ignoring the video that I'm doing, but I am waiting for the person to come so I can show you guys kind of, the life of the OV Transport Guy, how he does his stuff. And, another thing too that I was thinking about, looking around, even before somebody gets in, I would say as a precaution, make sure, your doors are still locked. This vehicle that I'm in, the good thing about it, if I have it in drive and I put my foot on a brake, it'll automatically hold and stop, which basically means that it basically is like at a stoplight, and I can take my foot off the brake, and it'll still hold until I hit that gas. And the cool thing about it, somebody tries to pull up on the door while it's in drive mode, they can't do it. But yeah, that's actually one of the cool things about that. That's why I say, you don't want to get too older a car that you don't have some functions that could save your life. Yeah, and I get it. These cars are expensive. They get up there pretty quick, right? But, you do want to make sure certain things do work. You know what I'm saying? And that's why, unfortunately, 2015, 2016 on up, you want to have, unless you've got some modifications to it, you know what I'm saying? But most rideshare companies won't let you use a car older than 2015 because, it's not modern standardized. I mean, because between you and me, it's because you ain't got that black box in there, which is a tracking device among many things, Yeah, safety features, stuff like that, sure. But yeah, but you do want to make sure that you have mechanisms that actually work and stuff. And don't underestimate guys or girls, old or young or in between. Never underestimate anybody. Like I said, you don't have to be paranoid about it, but you do need to make sure you pay attention to your surroundings. There was a story a couple of years ago of an Uber guy that picked up 4 guys randomly. But the thing he didn't know, these guys had just got through robbing somebody. And they called an Uber. The Uber guy didn't know that these guys had just robbed something. Obviously, it got on news. How that happened, I don't know. I don't know if the guy himself got hurt or whatever. So, now, it's laughable, right? It really did happen. It happened here in Texas. I think it happened in Houston. They had just got through robbing somebody or something. Called an Uber to escape because nobody had an escape vehicle, man. And so it's almost as if they timed it. So the story goes that the accomplice would have been an Uber driver. Something worth checking out. But the whole point is, man, you never know the situation. So by all means, just be careful. You know what I'm saying? You just never really know, and you want to make sure you're good to go. So yeah, so check this out with how I react with this individual that's coming. I'll hold off 1 second. Get right back to you in a moment. Hello.
Hey.
How you doing? Alrighty. Sorry about that.
No, you're good.
These are massage seats.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You have any luggage you want me to put in the back? I have.
Okay. I think we'll just put them here. Yeah.
Okay. Y'all want to be stuffed like that?
No, it's alright.
Okay.
A few handbags.
All right. That's cool. All right. Y'all give me 1 second here. So, are y'all okay? Terminal Bush Airport. What terminal y'all going to?
Terminal A.
Terminal A. All right. All right, guys. That's it for now. We're almost there at Terminal A. Make sure you guys is up and moving. Okay, so I was going to tell you guys real quick. You said you guys will be back next week sometime. Well, I'd love to drive for you guys. If for whatever reason Uber doesn't work out for you. You okay with me giving you my business card to you? All right, so that's my business card. On the back of it is QR code and my direct telephone number. You can text, call, probably be much better. And I keep up with people that I personally drive with as I'm coming up here, so I know, hey, your itinerary is going to be delayed, all that good stuff, where to pick you up, all that good stuff. Uh, and mhm.
Thank you so much.
And if you could, if you decide to do that, um, just let me know, like the day, the time, and if there's any delays. That way, I can kind of loop in with you guys which direction y'all want to go with it. Uh, and that's just the event Uber doesn't work out, whatever reason. I do know that their rates fluctuate depending on how busy it gets. I know that for a fact. So my stuff stays the same no matter what.
Thank you so much.
But, I'm in and out of College Station, so I know what part of town y'all going to. So
Yeah, thank you so much.
no problem.
I'll text you when we decide when they were coming back.
Okay, that sounds good. And no problem. And that QR code, when you scan it, that'll go to my website so y'all can see, for one, that I'm legit, right? And all the stuff. Hey, that's really important. You don't want to just trust anybody, right? So,
That's nice. Thank you.
no problem. I know that, and I use Uber myself if I'm like going on vacations and travel. And I think, how cool is it to, be able to have somebody that you trust and know, and it's not like really weird, driving you around, and you got some type of rapport. So that's kind of, to some degree we are, then we're not. Kind of depends, but so I figure, hey, let me offer you guys that and be good to go.
That's sweet. Thank you so much.
No problem. And just as I expected, it's going to be busy. It's a good thing you left early. And that's outside of Uber, by the way. So that's my own stuff. So
You do like your own
hmm
driving.
Yeah, I do. I just quite honestly, I think I do a better job. I think I do, and I say that just based on feedback and just kind of what I have and stuff like that. I mean, there are drivers; anybody can drive, but well, let me take that back. Uh, but I think right. But when it comes to like really, partnering and serving, as needed, I think that, and people will trust you more. More importantly, I think that kind of trumps just a regular driver.
Yeah.
So
I think it's good too, because Uber doesn't always pay really well for like,
no, they don't. I'd be lying to you if I said they did, because
they take most of the money. So.
they do. They do. They say they give me a little chart on what they take out and stuff, and I'm like, guys, really? I mean, that doesn't prove anything.
Yeah.
You know.
It makes more sense when you drive.
Right.
You get to take the money yourself.
They do. So instead of like going back and forth with them and getting in a endless dispute that doesn't really serve a purpose, I'm like, well, you know what? I'll just do it myself and I'll do it better. So
Smart.
So. Mm. Ooh, Galveston. Wow. I thought I came from a long way. All right. Okay. So. Excuse me. I can pull up a little further up, or I can.
Get down here.
Okay. Alrighty, let me do that real quick.
Thank you so much.
My pleasure. You too. Y'all enjoy your Thanksgiving. Be careful out there. And don't let the turkey overcome you.
Yeah, happy Thanksgiving.
Yes, ma'am. Say.
Have a great rest of your day.
You too. Okay. So, uh, I wanted to show you guys a clip of just kind of how to talk to people when you providing your service. It's actually pretty simple. Uh, hold on real quick. Okay, guys. So, I just want I wanted to make sure that I didn't have too much of an image of them. I'm real cautious in that area, even though I have recording devices and stuff. Uh, so if you didn't see them clearly, that's done intentionally and stuff like that. Because obviously I am at the airport. So anyway, just let you guys know that yeah, it's pretty simple. It's not as complicated. And you see how I did. I didn't go to a long spiel that I've done 7 years here and 14 years here, and this is why you should take my service. Hurry up and buy. I didn't use the guilt trip method. I just basically was very simple. It was like, look, I'm already headed back that way. I live in that area. Basically, without me telling them, quote, the art of fighting without fighting. Um, at the end of the day, um, um, telling them what they already know, because they got to come back at some point. You know what I'm saying? They got to come back at some point, right? Uh, and so so were they going to trust Uber? They're going to trust another person to take them to or take them home, rather another Uber driver. You're going a jump away. Now you might get somebody that may be coming from that area, which is possible, you know, but you already got a guy that you've bonded well with. You know what I'm saying? That you know um, has the service. You've applied this service. You've used this service. You know what I'm saying? He checks out well, and I actually had a pretty decent conversation with him. Having a conversation and then kind of leave it alone for reflection, and that's important too, guys. You don't want to run your mouth so much that you burn them out from them listening to you. Give them enough information, what they need to know, and then you allow silence for reflection, but without peer pressure. So it really is truly an art, and once you do it enough, then you'll see how this works. So therefore, you're giving them a service that they're going to need. So majority of the work is already done. It's just a matter of you presenting it to them, because that's the question in their minds when they come back. Man, I gotta try to get a ride. I gotta call Uber. I gotta get internet connection. All this stuff happens. But what if uh, you already have an established driver, knows when you're coming, what time you're coming, where to meet you at, have open communication. And women in general are big on communication. So the fact that, hey, I'm communicating with you, you have my personal number, you have my email, my website, and my email to look at my credentials. I mean, it's all wrapped up. I call this method the art of fighting without fighting. You don't have to wear yourself out. It can be simple because, like I said, you've already done the work by just driving them here. All you're doing at this point is converting them. That's literally all that you're doing. You're converting them. Uh, they say yay or they say nay, and don't be butthurt if they say nay. It's okay. There are thousands of young ladies like that will, one of them out of thousands, 100 will say yes. You know what I'm saying? They may not say yes tomorrow, but they have plenty of time to reflect and think of it. And then they think about your character. You know what I'm saying? They think about, hey, this guy is, he's cool. So you let your actions speak louder than your words. You should be able to have a lot of results with very few words. As scripture tells us, let your words be few. You know what I'm saying? Let your actions speak louder. You know what I'm saying? And when you do that, you'll find that you will do much better um, when you keep cool, calm, and collective. That's all. I would advise any and every last person have a script on what you're going to say and perfect the arts of it. Know what you're going to say, how you're going to say it, and be sure your service is a legit. Most people don't care so much about the type of vehicle you use. Yes, clean, comfortable, but they don't care if it's the newest thing or a few years old. They give a crap about that. Anybody says, well, I won't be in a Bentley, well, I guess I would say you might as well just fly private then, if that's the case. If you're worried about that, you know what I'm saying? So, there's no need to worry about anything. You just focus on what you're going to do and stuff like that. And so now I'm getting ready to pick up somebody else, and you guys are going to see how I respond when I pick the people up. So check this out real quick, and once you see this, then I'll just kind of go ahead and end it. I don't think they'll be comfortable me recording them with me talking and stuff. That may not be too cool. So hold on tight for just a minute. All right, guys, check this out. Watch this. Jermaine? Hey, how's it going, Doc? All right. Right. Man, that's a big bag. Woo!
Heavy too.
Oh, yeah, that's all right. Yeah. Yep, gotcha. Slide that bad boy in there. All right, you want your backpack in here too, boss?
I got it.
Okay, watch yourself.
All right.
All right. Let me do something here real quick for you, boss.
All right.
There you go, man.
All right, appreciate it.
No problem. That was a massage seat that's on, by the way.
Okay.
All right. You good?
Yes, sir.
All right. And that's how the wind goes.
Yeah.
How was your flight?
Oh man, it was horrible.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, they didn't have the arrow.
Ooh, foot. Okay, on that note, it'd be cool. All right, so you got water here, just in case you need it. Charger, universal charger, a little snack just in case you need it.
All right.
That's massage seat on. The controller should be. Okay, so where's that controller at? Huh.
I'm not sitting on that.
Yeah, I don't think you are.
I mean, this fine.
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on a second. Oh, okay, I think I see what happened. Yeah, it should be like right there. You might be sitting on it, but it stays on for 20 minutes.
Okay, that's fine.
So, yeah. So that hopefully that'll take care of you.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right. So the flight was horrible.
Yeah. Because I just was meeting
Mm-hmm.
the guy that was who got in that red Tesla,
Uh-huh.
and then the guy right there in the red cap.
Mm-hmm.
We all just came from New Jersey.
Oh, okay.
So,
Really?
yeah, so we out there working, and we thought we were gonna stay out there like during the holidays, but he decided to go and fly us home.
Oh, okay. Who y'all work for?
Invent,
Invent.
yeah, Invent Corporation. So what we do is we work in a refinery, and what we do is we burn like the vapors that's inside the tanks.
Mm-hmm.
So we burn the vapors according to EPA regulations.
Okay. Okay.
Real nice, easy gig.
Oh, okay. Cool. You live you must don't stay too far from the airport then, I'm assuming.
I stay right there in Spring.
Oh, okay. Okay, cool.
Yeah, the company they pay for our flights, hotel, bags.
Mm-hmm.
So they pay for all that.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Also, like transportation, Uber.
Mm-hmm.
They pay for all that.
Okay, shoot, yeah, they must really need the help.
Well, I mean, it's just them in general as a company.
Okay,
So they always just pay that.
okay, cool. You know, and there's a lot of guys that I've ran across and gals, same operation, different companies, but uh, they get flown back in and out, Uber back and forth and stuff. On the company's dime and stuff like that. Out of town, in town. Man, the airport business has just really picked up, man.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, but just on a crappy plane, that's not cool. Yeah, or at least the AC.
But then the funny part about it is they cut the AC on like once everybody start getting off the plane.
Wow.
And I'm like, wow.
Definitely goes for a complaint.
Yes, sir.
All right, guys. So I'm back real quick. So as you guys saw, I dropped off the two young ladies, picked up another gentleman, had a quick conversation with him, and the conversation was rather smooth. And it's so nice and refreshing, man, to just have that conversation and bonding fairly quickly, and not have to worry about the whole, this feels awkward. So it's nice to talk to people that's down to earth, and it does, the conversation obviously is not weird, because sometimes it can be, and that's not always a great feeling, and that's one of the reasons why, going back to what I said before, I chose a market, in College Station, where a lot of the people I prefer to drive for are older, either my age or older, because things we have in common. We're older, we're not socially awkward. And it's not to take away from young people, students in this case, but there's a lot of development that they haven't went through yet. So it's going to be awkward. And that's not all of them, because you do have good conversations, but you almost have to, weed through the fields to get to have a conversation. And I don't like really doing that. So I just simply kind of focus more on their profession, what they're doing, because that's what their main purpose is. So you get to talking about their particular job, or career rather, in their schooling. That'll usually do okay. It's easier to do guys with that than it is a lot of the women, unless they're more mature or unless they're kind of outspoken. There's certain things that you have to consider when you dealing with students. I find, and here are some key things, guys, to be considerate of. A lot of guys that are, just from the U.S., I'm going to just go ahead and say it, they're a lot easier to talk to. And when I'm talking about students in this point, usually they're U.S. citizens, they're a lot easier to talk to. If they are older, they're not, a junior or freshman or whatever, I find that they already have their goals lined up. It's a lot easier to talk to them. So they're kind of been exposed to both the school and the real world. They've been doing the schooling for a while. They've been able to, mesh with other people. So they got a deeper understanding, with conversations and stuff. So they're still learning, but they're not as far sit back as, say, the junior or freshman or whatever they call it, that, is very green, so they don't know anything. And then with the women, it's kind of the same thing, but they're a little bit more cautious when they talk to you, just because of the opposite sex. I find a lot of the older female students that's been there a while, it's been out and about, they're a lot easier to talk to. But still, there is a period of, want to make them feel safe. You're not weird. You're not a jerk. So there are a few loops you got to go through no matter what. You know what I'm saying? Now, when it comes to the most difficult, usually foreigners, the young ladies, especially if they're freshmen or whatever. They tend to be a lot harder to talk to. And I'm not going to bend over backwards to do that. I mean, I'm going to speak. I'll try to engage in the conversation. If it doesn't go anywhere, it just doesn't. And you kind of know if it doesn't. You can just kind of read through the line, and you're like, okay, yeah, this ain't gonna go nowhere. And you just know how to shut it down. This is one of those skills, knowing when to talk and knowing when to shut your mouth. Key important thing. I mean, if they're not talking, you need to read through the lines, get the cues. You know, they don't feel like talking, don't talk. That's why I say, you know, you got something you listen to, do that. Don't get bent out of shape because they're not talking to you, or they can't hold a conversation. I get it, you've been in the vehicle all day, you know, having a casual conversation, there's nothing wrong with it. If you're a driver, you're not just a driver. Most of them, you know, like conversation. That's maybe one of the benefits of driving. But not all drivers are like that, obviously. But still, you know, you do kind of like to talk. And not everybody is going to want to talk to you. So, you know, that's just one of the things that you got to consider and think about. And that's pretty much it. You know, so like I said, that's just things to be cautious of. A lot of foreigners, going to be a little issue. Foreigners that's not really westernized, specifically, I find. So between Middle Eastern, perhaps, Asian, perhaps, Indian, especially. A lot of Indians are more friendlier, in my opinion. I haven't really ran across a rude or a bad one, you know. But I find in Africans and stuff like that, they have a tendency of not really speaking, not really trusting, you know, stuff like that. That's kind of what I run across. As far as being rude so much, that can be any and everybody. But just, I think it's a matter of trust. And a lot of times they're raised and taught a certain way in a certain culture, a certain time, and not trusting because this is just their culture. So you got to respect that, right? So, but, you know, not going down a rabbit trail. These are just things you do want to check out on. So here's what we covered today. Basically, at the end of the day, we covered just be self-aware of your surroundings, obviously. You know, be sure you pay attention to that. We also talked about being able to convert. Obviously, there's the right and then there's the wrong way, but you got a chance to see it, see what I did. Having a decent conversation, you know, and ending well. These things are very simple, you know, and again, you don't have to bend yourself over backwards with trying to convert. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. I have found that when I have converted, it has served me very well. And so far, those very people that I have been able to convert, they consistently come back and spread the word about you. So, and given where I reside at and drive at, that's a good thing. So while it may be a smaller market than Houston, you know, with X amount of people, you'll do quite well. You know what I'm saying? Because people trust you, because you're a service in need. And notice the key things that I said when speaking to the young lady. You know, I'm not just a driver, you know, and you can kind of see that with what I have, but I also serve a need. You know what I'm saying? And then I went on to say, I know about this because I myself use a particular service, and I would rather personally have somebody I trust versus just a random driver, in my opinion. And the cool thing about all of this, which makes it even better for a business, you not only are offering a good service, but what would seem like it was only for the rich, famous, and wealthy now can be for any person now. And I'm talking about having a private driver. You know, that's something that nearly would have been impossible, but that's not the case now. So mean, you do what you want with it, right? You can't really beat that at all. So, and that's the thing. So the whole setup that I have in here, the people feel comfortable, they trust you, things like that. And the service that you provide is way cheaper and more affordable, and anybody can have it. You know what I'm saying? And I look at it with myself, because this would be something that I would experience, would like. You know what I'm saying? So there's so many benefits to doing this, having your own business. Having your own business and having your own thing. You can't really go wrong with that. So that's something to consider. That's something to think about. And sorry guys, I'm like between talking and, you know, looking at my app and stuff. Just, you know, kind of chewing bubble gum and talking at the same time. So, but anyway, that's what I have to offer you guys. So I'm hoping that you take this information and you rock with it. So I know this episode is a little bit longer than it should be. But you know, but I think we were able to cover quite a few things. And now that we covered that, hey man, we're good to go. So until next time, and by the way, this I'm gonna go ahead and make this episode 12. Yes, episode 12. Because there's a lot of ground that we covered. Y'all were able to see the reactions and kind of how I operate, you know, and customers and stuff like that. So, you know, it's really worked out really well today. So, so this is episode 12. If you guys like this video, like it, share it. Other than that, the OV Transport Guy, I will see you again, and I will talk to you later. Bye for now. Peace.